Episode 32, The Leadership of Listening. Welcome, dear listener, to The Invisible Power. I am the Zen Master, and today we enter the quietest room in leadership, the one where listening becomes the architecture of trust. We often think of leadership as speaking, guiding, deciding. But before all that, there is listening. Not passive. Not polite. But deep, embodied, transformative listening. Listening that hears what's not being said. Listening that feels the energy beneath the words. Listening that allows others to unfold. Tai Chi and the listening body. In Tai Chi, the body listens before it moves. You don't react, you receive. You sense the weight of the other, the direction of their intention. And only then, you respond. This is not delay. It's discernment. It's the kind of listening that creates space for wise action. In organizational life, we often rush to reply. But Tai Chi teaches us. The pause is not empty. It's full of information. Yoga Nidra and inner listening. In Yoga Nidra, we listen inward. To the breath. To the heartbeat. To the subtle signals of the nervous system. We learn that listening is not just about others. It's about attuning to ourselves. Because if we can't hear our own fatigue, our own resistance, our own truth, how can we lead with integrity? Inner listening is the foundation of outer clarity. Qigong technique, listening to the breath. Let's bring in a Qigong meditation technique to embody this listening. It's called listening to the breath in the lower dantian. Here's how it works. Sit or stand comfortably. Place your hands gently over your lower abdomen, just below the navel. Close your eyes. Begin to breathe slowly, naturally. As you inhale, feel the breath sink into the lower belly, not just physically, but energetically. As you exhale, feel the breath settle, soften, and return to the earth. Now, instead of controlling the breath, simply listen to it. Feel its texture. Its rhythm. Its temperature. Let your awareness rest in the lower dantian, the energetic center of vitality and grounded presence. This is not just relaxation. It's energetic attunement. It's the kind of listening that roots you in your body, your moment, your truth. Practice this for 5 minutes a day. And notice. Your speech slows. Your reactions soften. Your leadership deepens. Listening in management and everyday leadership. If you're a manager, listening is your most powerful tool. Not just to gather data, but to build safety. To show your team, you matter. Your voice matters. I'm here. And if you're not yet a manager, listening is how you begin to lead. Because invisible power is often carried in silence. In the way you hold space. In the way you don't interrupt. In the way you ask, tell me more. Listening is not a break from action. It is action. It is the kind of leadership that doesn't need to be loud to be felt. Confucius and the ethics of listening. In the Analects, Confucius reminds us that wisdom begins with observation. He says, when you know a thing, to hold that you know it, and when you do not know a thing, to allow that you do not know it, this is knowledge. Listening is the gateway to this humility. It's the practice of not knowing. Of letting go of certainty. Of allowing truth to emerge rather than be imposed. To listen well is to lead ethically. To listen deeply is to lead wisely. A practice for the week. Here's something to try. In your next conversation, practice listening with your whole body. Not just ears. Eyes. Breath. Posture. Presence. Notice. What's being said? What's being felt? What's being avoided? Then ask one question, not to fix, but to invite. Let your listening become a mirror, not a map. Closing reflections plus teaser for episode 33. Listening is not the absence of speaking. It's the presence of attention. It's the invisible power that makes others feel seen. Thank you for joining me in this quiet exploration. If this episode resonated, Share it with someone who listens with heart. Someone who knows that silence is not empty, it's sacred. And next time, in episode 33, we'll explore the rhythm of influence. We'll ask, how do we lead without pushing? How do we create momentum without control? And how can rhythm rather than force become our signature of impact? Until then, keep walking gently. Keep pushing wisely. And remember, the deepest leadership begins in listening. This was The Invisible Power, episode 32. Be well.